Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Whatever time it is for you, I'm Cycle. Welcome to our Let's Play Train Simulator Classic. I was going to go to the Goblin Lands today. I really did want to, but then I just loaded up right now and I took a look and noticed it is a two-part scenario. I'm not doing both parts. There's no video tomorrow. I'm not doing two parts. So we're going to go ahead and just do a one-part scenario today, which means we're doing late for work. And you can see the other ones are two parts as well. We got Stratford Sherry, which is a two-part scenario. These two are not obviously together. They're unique scenarios. So these two are going to go together at some point. We're going to also have 3 and 4 here going together at some point. And then 5, 6, and 7 are all individual scenarios. So it kind of ties together what I need to do for when I want to show these scenarios off. I have to show these two together, and 2 separate videos, of course, in each case. And then these two together. So there's 3 weekends right there. Done. Or just do a Tuesday, Wednesday one week. But today I'm just running a little bit late on getting this scenario set up for you. I already got my ones for the weekend done, but I just didn't do this one yet. And as a result, I'm late for work. It's a good theme, isn't it? Yeah, I'm late for work. Let's go ahead and do that as we take a delayed rush hour service from West Hempstead to Stratford in adverse conditions. So still a bit of a longer scenario. West Hempstead is, I think, 5 stops in, if I remember correctly. So we're still going to have a 13-stop service here, or something along those lines, 13 or 14 if you count West Hempstead itself, possibly. So let's go ahead and get started. Again, we are late for work. Now, I'm not showing the cut, but it's kind of a weird cut into the train as you start this scenario. So it's like something's loading that just didn't load in time for the smooth transition here. But anyway, it says, "Good morning, driver. This poor weather has been wreaking havoc on the lines today, and you're running late as a result of delays. You'll have to make up for lost time, but drive carefully. Open the doors to let passengers on board before departing for Stratford, calling at all stations along the way." So yeah, 13, 14 stops here. I think 14, because obviously if it's... No, it would be 13, because we would be skipping Willesden Junction. We'd be skipping, I think, 4 more stations in that stretch. I think West Hempstead was the 5th station. So it's 13 or 14. We'll find out in a second, because I can check that very, very quickly just by doing that. And no, it is 14. So I part of me did say 14, but I didn't believe it was that long. It is that long. On the good news, we don't have the unlucky 13 number of stations. That's Hackney. Wick will be number 13. So let's take a look at West Hempstead, because I did not give you the screenshot of that last time. And I'm going to keep the HUD missing for this shot. So yeah, here's our shot of West Hempstead to make up for last time. I'm going to give you a nice circular shot, including the train, which I should turn the headlights on. There we go. So a nice circular shot of the train at West Hempstead. And this should make up for my gaffe in the last scenario, should it not? Yep, I think so. Let's get in the train. Let's get ourselves ready to go here. And now that we did remember to turn the headlights on, this goes in that 50% of scenarios I talked about in a previous service. Finchley Road and Frognal will be our first stop on the journey. I just realized I probably do not want to rush the train into service each time. I should have read that box for you, but I didn't. So I'll let you read that. I probably don't want to rush this train up to level 4 throttle because it is raining. And I probably want to be careful slowing down as well. So this is going to be part of the challenge. Now, not every stop appears to be timetabled. Our first timetable stop is Gospel Oak at 8:21. Interesting. So we're being given targets for making up time, but we're not being given targets for each specific stop, which is different. Oh, I want to brake. I was pushing the wrong button for the brake, so instinctively I was pushing the brake button instead of the regular throttle brake button on this train. That was a bit of an oops, but thankfully I still got the stop in time. It's just a button mishap, that's all it was. So arrival at Finchley Road and Frognal, platform 2. leaving Finchley Road and Frognal. Our next stop is Hempstead Heath. I almost got my tongue tied on that somehow. We are going to get to our 45-mile-per-hour speed limit. Usually there's a little bit of leeway in the schedule, but I have a feeling today we do not have that leeway. We'll find out here. 167 points per stop tells me it's probably about 7 timetabled stops in here. Just scratch my ear if it doesn't try to do this. Hey, I have to remove my headset to deal with that. I'm not sure what that signal is for. Oh, the signal is for the 20 up ahead. Yeah, that's right. There's a 20 up ahead. Let's remember that. So we'll do the level 2 brake now to start slowing down. We're going to bring it back off at 25. Since I'm trying to make up time, I am going to do some harder brakes than usual. Unless I lag, in which case they won't take effect. Right to the end of the platform. That's perfection as we arrive at Hempstead Heath, platform number 2. I know it's not realistic to move with the doors open, but I think the way these scenarios work, sometimes you're going to have to risk that. So I'm doing that today. So knowing that we have a 20-mile-per-hour speed limit up ahead, I am trying to gain some time heading up to Gospel Oak. I am going to slow it down, of course. We are now down under 20. Since we are on a downhill, I'm going to keep the throttle off. Once again, the line to Barking will be departing to our left. I think we might be on time for this. We got our ding for the arrival into Gospel Oak. That's a green signal. And the usual little bit of lag here and there. That one was one that I saw. And arrival at Gospel Oak, platform number 2, right on time. Leaving Gospel Oak. That's our second timetable stop. We don't have a timetable marker at Kentish Town West, which is our next stop. We are entering a 45-mile-per-hour segment once again. We are limited to 20 for right now. Not for long. We're out of it. So I'm going to slow down the acceleration here just to take a look at our next stops. Looks like our next timetable stop is Caledonian Road and Barnsbury. And our next one after that will be at Dalston, Kingsland. So I think we're going to have a whole bunch of timetable stops starting at Dalston, Kingsland, because we have 7. That's only our 4th one. There's only 4 stations left. So there has to be at least 3 more in that case. And the first one was right at our starting platform, which didn't make sense, but so be it. So I've eased off the brakes so I can get a little closer to the end of the platform. That should be good enough. So level 3 brake. I might overshoot on this one just slightly. Or I might be just on. I think I'm starting to pick up the pattern very nicely here for these stops. So arrival at Kentish Town West, platform number 2. Leaving Kentish Town West, our next stop is Camden Road. This is now an unusual 3rd attempt for me at this because everything's been going wrong today. Of course, it happens when I do a scenario right before publication day. First of all, the bug from Caledonian Road and Barnsbury hit again. And then after that, I ended up proceeding into the station a few seconds behind a time ending in 55 to be marked late. That wasn't going to fly with me on a bug. So reset back to Kentish Town West where my save was. And then when I went to the second run, as I left Camden Road, the device in my hallway came to life. So I had to basically tell it to shut up, and here I am doing this for a 3rd time. Of course, I'm editing it all together so it looks like one run. But that's now at least the 2nd time the device in my hallway has come to life while recording. In fact, I'm sure it's to happen more than that I haven't kept the recording of. So, yeah. I'm going to try and compile those for the blooper reel, if I ever do one. I'm keeping the bloopers just in case. So pulling now into Camden Road, I need to put a little more brake on. There we go. And this is arrival at Camden Road, platform number 2. Leaving Camden Road, sorry. Our next stop is Caledonian Road and Barnsbury, or as I like to call it, the problem child of the group. I'm going to try not to show you a problem stop there today as we hear police going by in this area. So I'm going to try not to show you the bug happening, and as a result I'm going to stop a little bit earlier in the platform than I might on any other station, because I don't want to try to trigger the problem further ahead in the station platform. I think if you end up in the front part of the station platform, for some reason it thinks there's a problem with that location as a stop. I don't know why, but you're held there for a minute with the doors open, and then you have to reverse by about 100 feet in order to get the stop to register. Also a blooper, I actually started going backwards as I left that station. That also contributed to my loss of time on the next timetable stop. But since I should never have to do that reverse, you can see why I wasn't happy with that. I'll keep it as a blooper. Of course, I did publish a special blooper video on Mariah's Pass. Go look for it. Disaster at Essex. It shows what happened when I made a stop at Essex, and let's just say, or I was driving through Essex, and let's just say during that Christmas Day run, as it was known over a three-part scenario, I wound up having a train crash into me as I was trying to go through Essex. Shouldn't have happened. I was put on the wrong track. The dispatcher was fired, and someone just as clueless took his place. They're bots. What can you do? But I programmed the stop, or I programmed the path on that scenario and got to work the way that it should, and I completed it anyway. So problem solved. So I'm going to be arriving on time for this stop. I'm just trying not to go too far forward in the platform. This should do nicely. This might be too far, actually. Let's see where I end up. Arrival at Caledonian Road and Barnsbury, and guess what? Third time it's happened to me. Let's just pop outside. I'm not going to do a shot. I'm just going to pop outside. Show you that the doors are open. I can go into the train and look at all the lovely people in here. I can walk through the train and go out the other door. Just like that. I can do all that. So now I'm going to have to reverse the train just to get the... oh, I like how the button is faithfully reproduced here as well. So I'm going to have to back the train up and open the doors again. So let's go ahead and just go into reverse for a moment. You're going to see that I have to go to the front of the platform. I have to be at the very front of the platform if I want this to work. So doors open now, and you notice that it will now register the stop. I have to put the train back into forward, and I have to hightail it out of here when we make this stop. I have to literally hightail it to our next three stops to get back on time at Dalston, Kingsbury. I already failed once because the stop ends in 55 for the timer. And needless to say, just being a few seconds late is enough to kill you. So let's see what happens this time as I hop back in the train. We're going to get ourselves going. So I wasn't late. Leaving I'll try that again. Leaving Caledonian Road and Barnsbury. Our next stop is Highbury and Islington. I'm going to have to literally go up to the speed limit on all of these sections now. I shouldn't have to. There's plenty of time, but I shouldn't have to do this. But that station is just bugged to hell. I don't know why it is bugged. I've done it 3 times. I would be inclined to just say, stop a train there, don't open the doors, and make that the task. Good enough. So I think it's 8:35:55 we have to be at our timetable stop by. This is tight. And arrival at Highbury and Islington, platform number 8. Leaving Highbury and Islington, we are leaving at top throttle to get to Canonbury in a reasonable amount of time so we don't go late. And I got to 40, and we're actually on a slight downhill, so I didn't want to get to 40. Okay, now we'll brake. Back to a level 1 brake. I'm going to ease it off for a moment because I can brake harder in the platform. Alright. And now I'll do the hard brake. Level 3 brake application. And arrival at Canonbury, platform number 4. Leaving Canonbury, our next stop is Dalston, Kingsland. There's the 8:35:55 stop time. I have 1.5 minutes, so I'm gonna probably just screech my way into the station, and wherever I end up stopping is where I end up stopping. I'm gonna take myself up close to 40 because I can and should. Just to make sure I cover my bases here. And I am holding at 40 right now, which is nice. Not anymore. So I have about a minute to make my stop now. Should be good. Let's make sure I don't come in too slow here. I'd rather be too quick than too slow in this case. So I'm going to try to... Oh yeah, I'm good. I don't have to really try. I'm going to get near the end of the platform anyway. So I'm just going to take the throttle off, or the brakes off for a moment because I am doing okay on my stop this time. I mean, I didn't reverse out of the other station this time, so that works. Arrival at Dalston, Kingsland, platform number 2. Leaving Dalston, Kingsland on time, I might add. Our next stop is Hackney Central. Our next timetable stop is after that at Homerton. I almost called it Homerland. That's why I stumbled there. Homerton. .45 is now our speed limit. We have to be at a Homerton at 8:40, so this is also looking very, very tight. But you can see it is there right behind Hackney Central. It is doable. But again, it looks like it's going to be very tight. And I don't know what the seconds are on that stop yet, so... I probably will not be saving at Hackney Central just to be safe. Okay, you take those brakes off for a moment there. Now I can put those brakes fully on. I'll ease them off as I get to the lower numbers. There we go. And up to a level 1 brake for the gentle stop. Arrival at Hackney Central, platform number 2. Leaving Hackney Central, our arrival time at Homerton is 8:40:32. Gives us a minute and a half to go half a mile. I can't read that number apparently. Half a mile. That should be doable in a minute and a half, don't you think? Hello. That's a warning of the 40, which is what we're actually going right now, oddly enough. We are going to start getting slowed down as we get towards Stratford. Going to take the brake off at 20. I'm going to start reapplying it now. And a harder brake. This should be good enough for our stop at Homerton, platform number 2. Leaving Homerton at a 40-mile-per-hour speed limit that we're just entering. Our next stop is Hackney Wick. We have a 25 up ahead we need to be aware of, so we'll take advantage of the speed while we can. I believe that's service 2Y25. Yeah, there it is. 2Y25 coming at us. Not too many trains in these scenarios that come with the route, that's for sure. So we're now under the 25-mile-per-hour speed limit. Well, actually we weren't, but now we are. I misspoke there. You can see we do get another section at 40 miles per hour just ahead here, as we right at the end of the station platform. But because we're being routed into the most likely the terminal platform at Stratford, we're going to be getting slowed down to 15 miles per hour by the time we get to that location. Hackney Wick is not a timetabled stop, so we can just stop wherever, and I'm putting a level 3 brake on since we're now in the platform. Came very close to overshooting this one, but we have arrived at Hackney Wick, platform number 2. Leaving Hackney Wick, our final stop is Stratford. We are leaving at a 25-mile-per-hour speed limit, but we are entering a 40, which is not going to last long because we're about to get worn down to a 20-mile-per-hour limit. Can I hit the 40? You betcha. Now we're going to get down to 20. Indeed, we are using platform 1 again. That is the terminal platform. We're not running any services that would normally go through. That might be the warning for the yellow signal that we normally get here. Could also be a warning for the 15. But it's possible that we're supposed to remember the 15, and therefore the warning would likely be for that yellow signal. We have 1 minute to make our stop. Actually, almost 2 minutes. 8:47:54 is the time. But I'm treating it as 1 minute because 8:47. And then we just have to make sure we make our stop within that minute. Put just a tiny break on there to make sure we didn't stay above the limit by accident there. We're now under the 15 mile per hour speed limit. And as we come in the platform, once again, I will bring the speed down to about 11, because that will make sure we don't trip any emergency brake panel that forces us to stop before we're ready to. I don't know if they're programmed here, but they are on some routes. I know London Victoria on the London to Brighton route has done it to me. This is way newer than London Victoria, so or London to Brighton. By the way, that nice little footbridge overhead here, and you hear a train on another platform over there. So, gotta love the fact that they add these footbridges and everything. It makes it a lot more authentic, doesn't it? Maybe we'll take a running shot from over around that footbridge. So we want to make sure we leave ourselves on the platform with enough room here. Our station stop marker is right here, so ignore that area to the buffer. We can pull up right to here, and we are still within limits. That will do it. You can see we definitely don't see the station stop sign once we pass it. So arrival at Stratford platform 1. Let's not forget to open the doors, because I was getting close. And let's look at our train as we finish. So a nice look at some very fast cars on the motorway there. It's not as populated as I would expect it to be for the London area in Stratford. Yeah, I expected more traffic, but still, they're showing fast cars. I approve of that. And yeah, that's 3 scenarios done. So we're going to move back to New York, New Haven next time. First 2 scenarios for that are already ready to go. I still have to tape the last one. I did mention I have a surprise for that. I just have to install it, and we'll use it. Excellent run, driver. In a few minutes, you'll change ends and make the reverse journey. No, I won't. But in the meantime, let's see how you did. Yeah, we will. So let's go ahead and get our ding as we get to that screen. That was a bit of a delayed ding there. Our goal was 800 points for late to work. We got 800 points for late to work. We got 1,000 points actually for late to work. And as you can see, only the 6 timetabled stops here, so that's all we were marked for. And of course, there were 1,002 points available, so we couldn't get the last 2 points. So that's a perfect score. Late for work, but on time for the finish, and got the perfect score. That's how you do it. So I'll see you next time. I'm Cyclone. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Have a wonderful day, evening, or night once again, and see you next time for more Let's Play Train Simulator Classic. I'm Cyclone. Bye-bye.